Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I couldn't be more pleased to have Nathan Pearce on the show today. We are going to talk about a ton of stuff. We're going to talk about his brand new book, as well as maybe some of your other books, your older books, and maybe as well as talk a little bit about what's coming up in the future, as Nathan is here. And all right, I figured I better say he's my nephew now too. I mean, so I better get that out of the way. We are related now. Get the nepotism. Get the nepotism out of the way. So, but yeah, this is Big Talk with Bruce Dickey on a beautiful Thursday, November 30th here in 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let's tell you a little bit about a few things going on in and around our area today. Actually, the week between between December and Thanksgiving in December typically is pretty empty because everybody's kind of getting set up and getting ready for Christmas stuff and the bustle that is December. But there are a couple of things going on here on this Thursday evening and or afternoon at the Blue Point Church down on Blue Mound Road here just south of Flora, about 8 or 10 miles. At 10 a.m. this morning, they're holding a senior grocery giveaway. Now, this is a nice deal. They do this about once, maybe twice a year. They will be holding this senior grocery on Thursday in the gym at the gym entrance. The free groceries are set for anyone age 60 or older. Come in and sign to receive a bag of produce as well as a bag of canned foods and a loaf of bread. That'll get you through a little while anyway. The giveaway will be held from 10 a.m. until noon this morning. Church is located, of course, as you know, 1147 County Road, 1970 North. It's Blue Mound Road, leaving Flora. Blue Mound Road. For more information, you can call Ernie Lewis. I saw Ernie Tuesday night at the basketball game. He was fired up. 618-838-6708 to get a hold of Ernie. And if you have any questions about what's going on at the senior grocery giveaway. Also, on Thursday, this is up in Effingham, Lena Bond and Associates going to hold a ribbon cutting and open house. Now, this is for the folks up there at Effingham. The Chamber of Commerce put this out. They do wonderful work up there. It invites the entire community to their ribbon cutting and open house at their new office located at 100 West Washington Avenue in Effingham. I believe that's downtown. It'll be from 4 to 6 o'clock this afternoon. It says, join us as we cut the ribbon and celebrate the inauguration of their fresh office space. They are thrilled to welcome you to a day filled with joy and camaraderie. I'm certain, it doesn't say it here, but I'm certain that they've got refreshments. I mean, you're not going to, Nathan, you're not going to go to one of these lists. They have refreshments, right?
I mean, I enjoy a refreshment. That's pretty much a requirement for my attendance. They'll probably have some kind of fun lemon-flavored water, I'm guessing. I'd begin.
Some tea of some kind.
Sure.
Maybe crudité or cookies of some kind.
Right.
Well, I just got to make it worth your while to go downtown.
Absolutely.
There you go. So that's this afternoon in Effingham. Also this evening in Effingham. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. They have another rehearsal. If you show up at this one and try to get in the show, they may not let you in. This is I believe, probably the final rehearsal for the FACE, the FACE Community Christmas Orchestra Rehearsal. It's for young adults and adults with it's a strings, wind, and brass, as well as percussion instruments, and of course a choir going along. The rehearsals are at the Sacred Heart Music Room at 7 to 8:30 every Thursday until tonight. You know why? Because the show is this weekend. The show, I believe, is both Saturday and Sunday. Well, there it is. There it says Saturday at at 6:15 at the Effingham Courthouse Museum, and then Sunday at 2 o'clock at the Cross Chapel foyer. You know where the Cross Chapel is? I believe it's out there by the big gigantic cross on the interstate. If you have any questions, give Rachel Seekander a call. And this is, of course, put on by FACE organization, Fine Arts County of Effingham. They were able to wrangle that around. It's always good to have a nice acronym, isn't it?
Sure.
That's what they did. They made FACE. There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. FACE is that. What else is going on today here on November 30th? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy National Moose Day. National Moose Day serves up a delicious treat that can be either savory or sweet. What can you say about moose? Well, the word moose, what is the French term for moose? It comes from the French term for what? This is the quiz part of the show, Nathan.
Is this because I was just in France?
I wasn't going to mention that, but I will now.
Yeah.
Since you were just in France,
I'm afraid
what would moose be in French?
I'm afraid I don't know this trivia question, but I know that it's delicious.
It's foam. Foam in French is mousse.
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 Right.
Yeah, you got to raise your hand, folks. If you mousse, solely because you want the mousse.
I know that it's delicious.
There you go. You want the mousse to be light and flavorful. This versatile dish lends itself well to both desserts as well as savory recipes. In fact, several types of mousse can be served at the same meal, from a smoky salmon mousse as the first course to a tart lemon or creamy chocolate mousse for dessert. Virtually no limit to the flavors one can incorporate. Okay, now here's the question. Here's the one that I think that people always wonder. Are mousse and pudding the same thing?
I'm going to say no. They're similar, though, right?
They are. Mousse is kind of... Now, I'm going to agree with you before I haven't even looked at the answer. But I'm going to agree with you because I think whenever you eat a mousse, it's basically, it's foam, but it's
a little more airy.
It's
right?
airy. Yeah. There you go. Let's see what the answer is. No, but they are similar. A mousse is a frothier. There you go. Frothier relative to the pudding. The consistency can range to light and fluffy to thick and creamy. So there you go, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy National Moose Day, and afterward or before you enjoy your National Moose Day, by all means, get together or stay apart from people to enjoy National Personal Space Day on November 30th. Each year, this promotes kindness toward sensitivities and supports healing and self-protection by recognizing everyone's right to decide when and how to be touched.
I think we can all support that.
I think everyone can support that. That's exactly right. A National Personal Space Day encourages the use of the effective symbol to essentially say, I need a little extra space today without the awkwardness or hurt feelings. It's a peach symbol. I don't think I've got a picture. Yeah, there it is, the peach symbol.
It's on there.
The peach symbol up top is symbol kindly raises the voice of the wearer. So I got to tell you, I've never seen anybody wearing a peace symbol like that. But now I know to keep my distance. And I got to tell you, Nathan, with a voice like mine, and I invade people's space before I even get there.
A personal space invader.
I am a personal, I feel bad about that, but now that I think about it, I am a personal space invader. Which, you ought to see people run at the bar. Whenever I just walk up to the bar, they just they spin in their bar stools because all I'm doing is ordering drinks or something. I invade personal space.
Now, I happen to know that people gather around you. I don't think they're running.
They run like the wind, Nathan. They run like the wind. You know better than that. What else is going on today, ladies and gentlemen? I said it's National Moose Day. This is also Mason Jar Day. Are you excited? Settle down, Nathan. It's Mason Jar Day. Take it easy. Take a break, buddy. Settle down. This is on November 30th. National Mason Jar Day commemorates the ingenious invention that's been bringing families together for generations simply by opening a jar of fruit preserves or maybe spicy salsa. Folks enjoy the flavors of summer in the midst of winter. For those who love to pickle, the Mason Jar recipe rescues fruits and veggies from the garden, and from green beans to watermelon, he makes them sweet and spicy. Named after the fellow who invented the mason jar. Let's see, where was it? I've got his name in here somewhere. Oh, it was because it's his birthday today. It's like Richard Mason or something like that. I'll have to come up. It's not
Mr.
Richard
Mason.
It's Mr. Mason. No, Richard Mason's Mr. Mason. But Misty Campbell Old Bear founded the unboxing of the Bazaar founded National Mason Jar Day in 2017 to celebrate this day that should have existed a long time ago on this date. Okay, it wasn't his birthday. On this date, in what year? I'm going to ask you the question. What year the U.S. Patent Office issued patent number 22,186 to John L. Mason for improvements in the screw neck bottles? His invention became the most popular glass jar used for food preservation, and his name became synonymous with canning. I'll give you 10 years either way to make your choice.
I'm going to go.
This is a good question. Now, this is when the patent, not when he was born. This is when the patent was issued.
Patent created. I'm going to go 1927.
1858. You lose.
I thought it'd be later.
Well, no, it's
Because he's perfecting an already.
Well, that's what. Well, I think he was the one who perfected it to start with.
Okay.
To put, I think probably the original. I don't know if the original perfection was the two-piece cap, which is pretty good.
Right.
You got to think the two-piece cap probably kept all kinds of folks from getting botulism and
Yeah, I got to say I'm a big fan.
Yeah, we're all big fans of his work. What sizes do mason jars come in? Any size, all kinds of different sizes. Can you put mason jars in a pressure cooker?
Yes, right.
Absolutely. That's how you make sure everything's working right. That's how you suck the top down to the jar. There you go. And here's a good one. Now, I hadn't thought about this, but it makes sense. What is the best size mason jar for collecting your spare change?
What's the best size? Maybe a pint?
We recommend the pint jar. Okay, he's going to get a prize. He does get a prize. He's earned his way back. The pint jar for collecting spare coins. Anything larger, and they are too heavy to carry. There you too heavy to take to the bank.
Right.
Makes a ton of sense. What do you want to see on television, ladies and gentlemen? We've got some sports tonight. Girls basketball. It is Neoga at the North Clay Cardinals here in Louisville. We'll have that tonight, starting right at 6 o'clock, 6:15. Varsity only now, folks, so you make sure you do make a note of that. It is varsity only. Also that's on Channel 100. On Channel 98, we'll have the Salem Lady Cats hosting Breeze Central. Breeze Central, really, really good, so that ought to be a fun one. Salem's pretty good, too. They won their tournament earlier. NFL football, tonight it's on Amazon, so I can't give you a channel on that. Seattle's at Dallas. You don't want to see Seattle play Dallas anyway, unless you like seeing Dallas whoop up on people. Who wants to see that? NHL hockey, the Sabres are at the Blues tonight. That's on Bally at Channel 630. NBA basketball, the Bucks are at the Bulls. That's on NBC Sports Chicago, Channel 643. A couple of college basketball games to tell you about. A few. I'm going to give you 4 to choose from. Fox Sports 1 has Texas Tech at Butler at the Butler Bulldogs. That's in Indianapolis. And that's the Fox Sports 1, Channel 610. On Channel 642, Liberty is at Florida Atlantic. I bet you Florida Atlantic just tears them apart. And at 6 o'clock, the Privateers from New Orleans are at Minnesota. That's on Big Ten Network, Channel 600. And 638 is ESPN2 at 8 o'clock tonight. Creighton plays at Oklahoma State. That's Nathan Pearce. I'm Bruce Dickey. We will be right back. We'll talk about this book as well as a ton of other stuff here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Back in a sec.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Chapman's Furniture has the best prices every day. You can find them open Monday through Saturday from 9 to 5 and located at 210, 300, and 306 West Main Street in Salem. Chapman's features a full line of furniture, including Ashley Furniture, bedding by Sealy and Bimco, and the largest selection of rugs in Southern Illinois. They have a huge selection of recliners, including lift and power, and wallpaper and border in stock at closeout prices. Call 618-548-2221 for the best price around.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
And I believe that's Claudia Cardinal is the princess. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on that camera. Well, I didn't switch over, did I? Let me switch over to that camera. Now you see the red lights come on. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Nathan Pearce. I've got him down there as a photographer. He does all kinds of variety of different things, but one of the many tasks he juggles is as a professional photographer, published photographer, I'm guessing, knowing people, other folks who are relatively amateur shooters, you may be one of the most professional amateur photographers I know.
Possibly.
Well, certainly that I know, but that are around. How long you been shooting photos?
Oh, since I was a kid.
Yeah?
Took photos from the time I was a little kid, but got more serious about it in high school. And
what did you start with? Just the little box cameras?
Little point and shoot.
Little point and shoot. Would you use Polaroids or what got you going?
I've always really loved Polaroids.
No kidding.
Yeah, I work in the body shop still. I own part of that now. And growing up in there, they always had a Polaroid camera to take photos of damage. That's how you would do it back in the day to get photos of insurance damage.
Yeah, instead of now you've got your digital cameras out there that you'll upload to the insurance companies.
Yeah, so there was always a Polaroid camera in there, and I'd sneak it away, even though Polaroid film was a little expensive. I'd get
Polaroid film even back in. Now I remember back in the heyday. I'm quite a bit older than you, but I remember when Polaroid came out in the 80s. Actually, a little earlier than that, but at least the ones that came out of the camera and you went like that. That's probably the first ones you're used to. The ones you're used to. Yes. Did you ever use or see a Polaroid camera from before that came out and they had to take
the pull-apart film?
The pull-apart.
Yeah. So I own some of the cameras. I've used them a little bit, but that film is harder and harder to come by.
Every time I come across some of that, it's difficult to tell if it's in good enough shape or if it's going to fall apart, right?
Right, yeah. It has to be stored very carefully to be able to still use it. And, it's mostly Fuji film stuff that people are able to use.
Does anybody still make Polaroid film?
There's Polaroid is now currently selling film again. So that
Are they manufacturing it?
They're manufacturing film again.
Okay, so what you're getting now.
It's all the 600 style, so it's not the pull apart film, but the squares,
the blow,
shake,
the shake.
Yeah, and black and white in color.
Really?
You can.
See, I didn't realize they were still making it. Oh, that's cool. Because I've still got a camera or two. So
yeah, you could probably use that same camera.
Oh wow! All right, so you're young.
Yes.
And you're getting started. You're taking pictures with the Polaroid, and then probably the disposable cameras come out. Or what did you get interested in next?
Yeah, I mean, use those in junior high and high school just for fun. Take one on a field trip or whatever. But always just, kind of wanted to take the hobby a little more seriously.
Right.
So
did you get yourself a big 35 millimeter stud duck camera, or what did you do?
I did, starting college.
Well, see, now
into high school and college.
That's like when you get to college age. That's when those hobbies that they begin to become more expensive if you get a little bit more involved, right?
Exactly. Photography just gets more and more and more expensive as you go. So.
Tell me. What was maybe your favorite first picture, or if you can recall it, or a first set of pictures that you took that made you think, boy, this is a lot of fun, and I like how this looks?
Well, I would say that I was really frustrated for a long time because I couldn't take a picture that I liked.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Polaroids can be that way.
Well, that's true. It's an unpredictable medium with Polaroids, instant film for sure. But any of it, I felt like I had a hard time. I struggled at first, trying to take photos of bands and.
So when you go to concerts, did you dream about becoming a rock and roll concert,
I think so.
A rock and roll photographer, Annie Leibovitz?
Yeah, exactly. I still am a big fan of Annie's. I have several of her books. That's one of the first books I bought was her American music book.
Oh, really?
And really love it. Still to this day. But yeah, I would try and, a lot of my friends were in bands and I was playing in bands and I'd try to photograph them, but, playing in a dimly lit basement, the photos don't come out as good as you think they would.
And they don't come out as well as you hope.
Right.
So that's kind of, is that what got you going to get the hobby become more of from an avocation to more of a vocation?
Yeah.
Is you wanted to perfect your shots?
Yeah, just wanted to get better at it. And there was no photography class when I went through high school, or there wasn't anything offered at my college, I don't think. So I was just trying to learn on my own. And a variety of places.
Okay.
I spent my freshman year at Lincoln Christian College.
Okay.
But not having classes there, but I did for photography. But I did encounter some other photography hobbyists.
Sure. Yeah.
And so they kind of taught me I'd say self-taught, but taught by them.
At what point did you think did you start? Well, I presume an artist is never satisfied.
Right.
But at what point did you start thinking this is something really good? I'm going to get back to the question, what the first set of pictures you thought that you really liked? Because you never answered that question.
Well.
But go ahead, continue. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I really think we haven't talked about this book yet. But this book, I think, this is a project that's been going, but this is the first time that I was like, I was really onto something. So this project spans 15 years maybe. That was the first time that I really thought I was onto something.
Nathan, you've been putting out books.
Right.
You've been putting out You've been putting out books for years.
Right.
I didn't bring them, ladies and gentlemen. I've got two of them. They're called zines, right?
Yes.
And short for magazine, or just
Short for magazine, exactly.
Okay. I am not into that level of arty farty.
That subculture.
I am not into that subculture.
Okay.
I'm not that sophisticated.
Sure.
I like to think I was terrifically culturally literate. And then Nathan comes along and starts showing me these zines, and I'm saying, what in the world are these?
Right.
And there's a lot of people who do that.
Absolutely. I travel all over the country doing zine fests and art
Which
book
is
fairs.
fascinating to me.
Yeah, there is a culture surrounding self-publishing and artist books and zines of all kinds.
So we haven't. Yeah, I haven't got you to the picture that got you that you first saw that you really liked.
Yeah,
It's in this.
there's a few in this. It was more of a group of pictures, and so this group of pictures is, as I said, more than a decade old. And I have published several of the photos before in other books.
Okay.
So as I'm publishing these zines, I'm sort of experimenting with different edits of photos that would later appear in this. There is a lot of new work in this, but I'm photographing as I go and then kind of publishing a short little.
It's really cool, I feel remiss because I thought about it. I thought about bringing a couple of the zines just to kind of give you folks an idea of some of the previous work, and I left it at home. You're just gonna have to talk about it.
Right.
You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey, talking with Nathan Pearce here, and we're going to tell you all about this new book as well as where you can get it, and show a lot of the pictures out of it here in just a second. We'll be right back on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey after these words.
Hi, my name is Landon Carter, and I'm a financial consultant at Benjamin F. Edwards in Flora. Whether you're planning to send a loved one to school, preparing for retirement, or passing your wealth to the next generation, we have the knowledge and perspective to implement financial strategies that will help you move smoothly through life's transitions. Here at Edwards, our clients know that we are fully invested in their financial future. To find out more, call Duke and I invite you to give us a call at 618-508-8050. Benjamin F. Edwards, member SIPC.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Nathan Pearce. He's a photographer, and I tell you what I'll do in the next break. I'll put the website where folks can get where folks can buy the book. If you're okay with that.
Oh, please do.
I didn't know how exactly underground you wanted the scene to be. But that's
I'm all
cool.
for selling a few books.
Okay. You've been working on this book. Basically, this is kind of a best of then, huh?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, that's the I would say that describes it well. That's culmination of a lot of years of work.
Yeah, it is. Let's see there. I'm trying to find a good shot of it. High and Lonesome. I'll tell you what, the better shot is like that.
There we go.
There is, you've got, tell me a little bit about your style. What would we call the Nathan Pearce photographic style? I don't see any people in those pictures.
That's right. There's some people in the book, though. So yeah, I would call it a sort of poetic version of documentary photography. I'm working in the documentary tradition, so
It's
I'm
black
shooting
and white.
black and white. Yeah.
Why do you prefer black and white? I think I know the answer before I ask it, it's interesting to get a different perspective. But tell me, why do you prefer black and white to color photography, and then I'll tell you whether you're right or not.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. There's a lot of reasons. I like just plain and simply like the look of it, but also when I'm making specifically this work, I'm thinking about family photos I've looked at for the last several decades worth of stuff. A lot of black and white photos that I saw.
Yeah.
My grandma have in her basement or framed. I just like the look of the.
So it gives you a nostalgic tinge. Huh?
Yeah, it's sort of a timeless way to photograph this area that.
That's fascinating. My understanding, and like I say, the only art I deal with is playing a tuba, and some folks don't think that's arty.
Right. Well, some folks don't think this is arty.
I guess that's true. but I always think, well, with photography, at least with black and white versus Technicolor, you're able to get a sharper contrast.
Yeah.
In the photos themselves. Do you find that, or am I just a little bit off on that?
No, I think that's right. I get a nice sharp photo, and
especially, there's a reason Ansel Adams didn't work in color. He could have.
Yeah.
They had color photography back then.
He found color profane. He famously hated William Eggleston's color show at the MoMA, so he had his
did
not like. I thought that was for commercial photography. So thought fine art photo was black and white, and that's the way it was. And I sort of work in that tradition. I'm not opposed to a color photo. You're
not going to say bad things about a color photography.
No, I have lots of friends that work in color that I'm big fans of. But
he's not saying you're all jerks. Right. I'm putting words in his mouth. He didn't tell me, but right before this segment, man, I hate color photographers. They're all really jerks.
Yeah, they're awful.
That's not what he said. nothing like that. But okay, so somebody would say, okay, Nathan, you've got pictures of stalks of corn there or something like that. I love the duck, by the way, and sure. I must admit. You seem to have you like clocks too, don't you?
That's true. That you've noticed that.
I have noticed that you tend to like clocks. Why is that?
The passing of time is a big theme in that book. If you look closely,
is that calendar, right? I feel so happy that I have discovered the root of all evil.
Right. And you mentioned the duck. That is my favorant part of the book. The back cover of this.
Oh gosh, where'd it go?
Yeah,
the duck back right there.
I love the back cover. I want to frame one, just the back cover of that book. So.
Well, see, now that is gorgeous. You have a duck sitting there on chipboard, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And the clock with the passage of time, time stopped passing for that duck quite some time ago.
Some time ago. Decades.
Where is that from? Do you remember?
Where's the duck from, or where's the photo from?
Where's the photo from?
I've got a story about both.
Really? Do tell.
So the duck is in my father's barn.
Okay.
That happens to be the duck that I killed on my first duck hunt.
Okay.
So I'm not much of a duck hunter now, but I enjoyed it when I was younger.
15, 20 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, so that is the mounted duck that I shot on my first duck hunt. And
really?
Yeah, hanging in my father's barn.
Oh, that is so cool. It's very simple too, isn't it?
Yeah, so...
And okay, now tell me about the photo then. That's where the duck came from.
So yeah, I came in there to my dad's barn, and so if you notice got the clock there, sorry to keep making you go back there.
That's fine.
So I noticed that clock, that the hands of the clock were almost perfectly mimicking the shape of a duck here, if you look closely. So I thought that's really saying something about the passage of time.
It's like a mirror.
I just don't know. Yeah,
it's the mirror of the duck, isn't it?
I didn't know what it was, but I thought that was
especially with the second hand there. Now I got to ask: does is the clock, did it have a battery, or does it move?
That is a working clock.
That is a working clock. So you just happen to catch it.
I had a short time.
That's like a mirror of the duck, right?
Well, the second hand is moving, so I could catch it. A few
Did
times.
did that all go into? I mean, that's pretty complicated composition right there.
Right.
Did that all go into the thought process, or did you just take the picture and put that together?
Well, I knew I was onto something, or thought I was onto something.
Yeah.
I often think I'm onto something and find out otherwise later. But so yeah, I probably took 20 photos or more,
that's really cool.
trying to.
Folks, those are some of the cover. Here's he gave me several pictures of the cover. I like this. That is quite the arty shot right there. That's very impressive. And this is from the book. We're going to show the picture talk about it, the picture on the left in a little while. Tell me about the one on the right there, the
So
coffee.
that's in Fairfield also. That's the Masonic Lodge.
Oh, okay.
The antique coffee pot there, probably around when some of those.
It's still in use, I'm presuming.
Absolutely, that is a functioning coffee pot, and yeah, the photos behind that are gentlemen that were the masters of that lodge.
Old Shriners.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That is wonderful. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break, folks, and we're going to come back, talk about more of the photographs from the book. I'm going to go put the website on there where you can order these books or order 5 of them.
Yeah.
Can they order
Please
5?
do. Yeah, I will allow them. Yeah. Both orders are appreciated.
Yeah, that's Nathan Pearce. I'm Bruce Dickey. We'll be right back after these. Stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
I was so close to getting back in time. People saw me, they just saw how the sausage is made, saw me running back to my chair. I feel bad about that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk. That's Nathan Pearce. This is his new book, High and Lonesome, and we are talking about it as when has this been released? When did you release that?
Yeah, officially released. The release party was in Paris. Got to go.
Oh, that was the release party.
That's so yeah, they're shipping now.
And you can go to, if you can't find it in the stores, go to deadbeatclubpress.com, right down there, deadbeatclubpress.com, and you'll be able to find it. It's really cool. Nathan, you must be terrifically proud.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been waiting to do a monograph for a long time, so it's exciting to finally get it out in the world.
Now, this is, tell me about this book versus the zines. The zines are all just little things, right? This is the first big thing you've done.
First, my whole life I wanted to do a cloth-bound book, a monograph like this. So, it's the first chance to really do something like that. I've done a few other, bigger books, but this is... very specifically wanted it to be cloth bound, and
what did your publishers say? First of all, how'd you meet your publisher? Just for folks out there who might want to follow your footsteps and think they can become, can maybe do something with their avocation like that. How'd you meet your publisher?
So I met him actually through making the zines.
Through going to the visits and stuff, huh?
Yeah, I met Clint, the founder of Deadbeat Club. We traded
I guess
work
he
back
named
and
it. He
forth.
did name it after the B-52 song.
I believe so.
See, that is so fascinating. It was the name of. It was also the name of of our very successful water volleyball team. Was the Deadbeat Club? Yeah.
Very good.
From 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Okay, so how long ago have you met this fella, and how long has this book been in the works?
So I met him maybe a decade ago, not in person, but on the internet.
Yeah.
We traded a little bit of work. He sent me some zines he had published and a book maybe, and I sent him some of the things that I had done, and he wanted to do something together. So
what was you still didn't tell me the first picture, by the way, that made you think you wanted to do it. You have it?
I don't have it on me, but I can tell you about it.
Tell me about it.
So there's a photo that I took that appears in a lot of those zines and early versions of this work. My dad and I were out trying to get a picture of a crop duster, and finally got one after just hours of searching. Got one flying low over a cornfield and a tree. And
did you know they were scheduled to be there, or did you just kind of?
Yeah, we were out chasing them. We were sort of near land that my family still farms. So. We probably had inside information that they were going to be there that day.
A little.
Yeah, so I thought that was my first successful.
How long ago was that? Must have been pretty young.
Yeah, 15, 16, 17 years ago.
Okay, so
somewhere in there.
So you get that satisfaction.
Yeah.
You start publishing your photography in the zines, as well as in the smaller venues and that kind of thing. What was your first critical success? Do you recall? Have you had so much? Have you had so much that you forget the first people who liked you?
Yeah. So the first sort of smaller artist book I did was called Midwest Dirt. Some of these photos that are in this book appeared in that, but that was 2013, I believe. We were working on that, and people really started to take a liking to my work.
I guess let me rephrase the question. At what point, folks started, when did you think that, this is something that I could spend a little time on and maybe make a little bit of money on, but also continue to be able to afford to do it?
Right. It all came from
half the battle.
It all came from that first little artist book. There were just 150 of them or so that we made, but they were all handmade in England, not by me, but by a group that published books, and sometimes would hand sew them and do things for other publishers, and I self-published it and they made it, and then people all around Europe started to buy them, and I got interviews and shows based on that, and
I must tell you, folks, it is basically, it is not the theme of my high school career. It's High and Lonesome. See, now that's a good joke. The jokes are coming here. It's not my yearbook. It's Nathan Pearce. It looks like Nathan Pearce's yearbook, but that's not what it is. It's Nathan Pearce's book. Okay, look, I've been promising we're going to show you some pictures from the book because these are great. I love some of these pictures. Tell me where you found the lonely tree, and is that your car in the background?
That is not my car in the background. My car.
I have an idea. I know where that is.
You do. So it is. Well, let me hear your guess here.
I'm guessing that is in. I think that's north of the Wayne City Farm, and looking toward Route 242, heading south.
So that is Burnt Prairie, right off the interstate. And yeah,
that's a dead tree.
That is a dead tree. I'd been wanting to make that photo for years. There's a barn there that's right behind me, and I thought the photo was going to be the barn, but it ended up not being the barn.
No kidding.
This tree. I thought it would be the combo, the barn and tree.
So actually, the solitary tree it makes it a beautiful photo, doesn't it?
Thank you. I would like to think so. That's one of my favorite, newer photos from the book.
Is that Burnt Prairie Blacktop where the car's on? Or
that's the interstate.
That's the interstate.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got some schlub on the interstate. They don't know they're going to be a star, do they?
Not a clue. Yeah, and then you've got some birds there to the right.
I got to tell you, that looks like it's High and Lonesome right there.
That is as close to High and Lonesome as we can.
That's pretty good. Let's take a look at another one. Speaking of, you were talking about your dirty, what was the name of the book?
Midwest Dirt.
Midwest Dirt. Is this from Midwest Dirt?
Well, it probably appeared in a few versions of Midwest Dirt books and zines, for sure.
It's a mother and its calf.
A mother and its calf, and separated possibly by the water. I don't know how well she could navigate them.
Okay, so you go to take that photo, or you're just walking around somebody's farm, or your family farm.
Joe's
farm.
Yeah.
And you decide, boy, that kind of looks like it. During the course of the day, how often are you struck to take, I think that looks great. I'm going to take this composition. Right. I think this looks great. Or are there times you can turn your brain off and just not feel like you even want to take a picture of anything?
Well, I'm sure I was back there to shoot the photo,
but you didn't know.
But I probably shot 200.
I was going to say you didn't know the mother and the calf were going to be approaching you like that.
It's what they say about being lucky. The more you practice, the
that's true. Right. Tell me about this. This is not just a little batch of flowers, is it?
It's not. I'm ashamed to say I don't know what type of flower, but yeah, that was just on a walk.
Well, that's an ivy.
Something there I was just growing out of or into the window of this house, and it was just sort of on the walk. I was walking walking Millie, and found that.
No kidding.
Yeah, just in our neighborhood there.
Are you fascinated, and are the people that you're? We'll talk. I mean, you're having some success. You went to Paris, not Paris, Illinois,
right.
Paris, France, and you had.
I've been there too, though. Yeah, Paris, Illinois.
Well, you've been either one. Yeah. One of them is different from the other.
Sure.
But I mean, you were met with quite some success there in Paris, France, with this book, right?
Yeah, reception was good for it. The people seem to really like it. So
I tell you what, we're going to tell me. I tell you what, we're going to talk about this one when we return. As Nathan Pearce is here, we are talking about his new book, High and Lonesome. It is available at deadbeatclubpress.com, and we're going to talk about it and wrap things up here with Nathan. I'm running out of time because we've only got about 10 minutes to go, and we've still got a lot of photos to show. You up for that?
Absolutely.
Be back in a sec. Stick around.
Fashion is our passion at Carnaby Square. We specialize in customer service and have since 1980. Our multi-generational boutique features your favorite on-trend to classic Famous Maker fashions, footwear, accessories, and a massive inventory of Brighton. So come, relax, explore, and elevate your look with us. Everyone is welcome, where we always wrap it, tag it, and bag it for free at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Nathan Pearce is here. We're talking about his new book, High and Lonesome, available at Deadbeat Club Press, as well as, I'm assuming, some stores. Where would I be able to find it in a store? Anywhere nearby? Or
Nowhere in Wayne County. Or Clay County, as far as I know, but
Effingham County.
Not
Marion
to my knowledge.
County.
No.
Edwards County.
I'm not
Wabash
sure.
County.
I'm not sure you.
I'm just naming the places where this is being seen.
Right, but
before the internet,
they could definitely find it on the internet. And it's if they happen to be in one of the many places with a fine photo book store. There's.
Well, that's the other thing. This is showing up at, I follow your Instagram account. This thing's showing up at pretty good stores.
Yeah, all over Europe and some shops in Japan. And
are your publishers happy with the results so far?
I think so, yeah. It seems to be selling well.
What do the Japanese people think about Southern Illinois landscape?
I mean, they love it. They can't get enough. It's something different for them.
And it's certainly wide open spaces. They probably don't see much of that. Right. Wide open, flat spaces.
Yeah, they don't see a lot of that in Tokyo.
No? I suppose not.
Yeah.
All right, I've been waiting on this one. Tell me about old Dean there.
Yeah, that's a photo of Dean having a beverage there at I believe, a social event.
Looks like a wedding reception or something.
It might be a wedding reception. Maybe
Dean Linder, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. There you go.
Dean Linder, a fantastic man, the Corn Dog King.
The Corn Dog King of Wayne County. He's having a good time. I love it.
Absolutely.
I know where this is. Tell me about this.
That is.
What made you compose this photo like that?
I mean, several reasons. I believe we were out. I think you might have been out there this weekend. This is at the Dickey Ranch.
Okay.
We're near Wayne City here. So yeah, I've got the corn in the background. You can check.
Is this in the book?
That is in the book. There's dozens of photos in here where the growing corn is.
It is kind of a major part.
Yeah, reoccurring motif.
It is kind of a reoccurring motif in your.
Yeah.
You see, and speaking of passage of time, I mean, for crying out loud, look at the bottom of the building there.
Right.
You can see the weathering. of you've got paint fading away down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Plus the tree gives you the idea of the pass of the time as well, the big black hickory there.
Yeah, and I say often that this is really my personal story about living in Southern Illinois, and if you want to get real personal, that's
personal. I'm not going to get that. I'm not getting that personal with you, Nathan.
I'll say that was my view as I was getting married. I was looking at that tree in that barn. We were married a few feet to the right there.
Well, that's really cool that you're able to commemorate that and share that with people. That's outstanding. Let's see. Tell me about. We were talking about this before we went to commercial break. Tell me where this is. What is this?
So that is in Fairfield yet again. That is the basement.
Is that inside the Uptown Motel or something?
It is not. That is my great Aunt Wilma's basement. She is sadly passed, but was one of my favorite people.
She's got a window in her basement. Huh?
She had a window in her basement, so it was sort of. One side, a walkout basement. That's the word I was searching for here. But yet again,
with a little egress there.
Or the top right, we've got the clock. You can decide for yourself whether it was stopped. Or
oh my gosh, that is I didn't even realize that's a clock.
I'm telling you, the clock reoccurs in this.
That is gorgeous as clocks go. My heavens,
it's some kind of clock, isn't it?
That is really, really cool.
So yeah, it's thinking about the passage of time.
That's fantastic.
I don't think anyone had been in that room for a few decades.
Well, how about this? I mean, this is 30 years ago.
Yeah, there we go.
Burl Shaw passed away some time ago.
Right. I did not know Burl.
I knew the guys who took over for him.
Yeah. So
January of 1993. Where is this from?
That is would be just north of Sisney. The barn that on my uncle's farm now. So yeah, that calendar hasn't moved since 1993, I assume. I think there was a calendar over it maybe at one time.
I am fascinated that well, I mean, and whenever you look at the book, you don't give captions. I mean, you're not telling people where all these shots are from.
Yeah.
That it's basically folks' introduction to Wayne County or to Southern Illinois.
Clay and Wayne, I would say. Yeah.
This is just fascinating to me because people would only think of like Clay County from NAL or Flora wants a prison or something.
Right, as we is. Yeah.
As we is. Yeah, is we gonna get us.
That's how I knew it.
And you hated their basketball team,
right? Deeply when I was a young man.
Oh well, that's fascinating. So you go to France.
Yeah.
And you have this reception.
Yeah.
Tell me about. Let me find that picture. Tell me about being a Beatle. You've got, for crying out loud, people attacking you here.
That was great. I will never forget that as long as I live. It was a very, very crowded. That's actually on a boat on the Seine River there, on the River Seine.
They had a brick wall on a boat?
A brick wall on a boat. I will have to say.
Why in the world would you put masonry on a boat?
I'm not sure that is real brick or if that is a facade.
My Lord, seems like a weight issue.
Yeah. It seems like it. But yeah, the boat would rock. It was docked, but
how many people do you think went through here? I mean,
there were hundreds that day.
You saw 200 or 300. Talk to 200.
Yeah, I mean, they're elbow to elbow. Not just for me. They're in there's other photographers and publishers doing.
And they're in front of you. You've got.
But we're meeting a lot of these people, and you've got dozens and dozens.
You're giving folks the opportunity also to look at the photos in the High and Lonesome book.
Yeah,
as well as some of the other books that you have.
Yeah, that's Clint from Deadbeat Club next to me there, and my lovely wife took the photo. Your niece, Megan. So. Well, she's there with me.
Do you speak French, Nathan?
Not a bit. Bonjour.
Do you plan on learning French?
I planned on learning French in the months leading up to going to France.
You get busy, don't you?
You just get busy.
How did you end up choosing between the French show versus the Japan show?
Well, the Paris was that was the goal.
Well, that's outstanding.
I've always wanted to go to Japan. There have been talks about having a show there, so maybe someday
next time
that'll still happen.
Next time, folks, go to deadbeatclubpress.com. Get yourself a copy of Nathan Pearce's High and Lonesome. Nathan, thank you so much for coming on the show. That's
Thanks for
fascinating.
having me.
Thanks, and congratulations on all your success.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next time on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You go out, have yourself a great day.